Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through mindful stretch. We will practice together for 15 minutes today. So just a reminder, as we go through the class, listen to your body. If a particular stretch does not work for you, please skip it, come on out and modify. Things that you'll need for your class today is it's always nice to have a mat to practice on. Also, the block and the blanket can be a nice support. So you don't have to have them for the class, but if you have them, it might just be a nice support throughout the practice. And as we go through our class today, we'll work with mindfulness and also stretching. So we'll do a really nice full body stretch, releasing tension in the body and those common areas that build tension throughout the day. And then we'll draw that mindfulness into the practice to add that element of relaxation and tranquility. So class is really good for relaxing, building a little strength, increasing flexibility, and things like that. So as we start today, I'd love to start in a seated position. So you can come on down to the ground. And I always enjoy sitting on a block. If you are using the yoga block here, so our block tends to have 3 different heights. And this will just prop your hips up. If you'd like to do that, you could always sit on a blanket that's rolled up as well. And this can be really nice because it just helps to lift your hips a little bit higher than your knees. So it takes some pressure off of your knees. It also allows for the pelvis to roll forward a little bit, which can help to lengthen the spine. So as we start, we'll just start with a mindfulness exercise. And mindfulness is a beautiful practice of noticing life as it is in the moment. So it's not really about judging experiences or labeling them. It's just simply noticing them and then letting them go. And we'll work a little bit with that, just taking in our physical experience here, wherever you may be, and just noticing how you feel, noticing what's going on. And mindfulness brings a lot of positive benefits. It's really good for reducing stress and anxiety. And my personal favorite is I really feel that I can navigate little challenges in life. So when I'm not practicing meditation and mindfulness, little things like a lot of traffic or a long line in the store might throw me off. I might get a little anxious or frustrated. But when I practice mindfulness, I just observe how I feel. Sometimes I notice that there's really nothing that I can do about traffic. And I just come back to my breath, and it really helps me to, not get upset or get, anxious or anything like that. So it's a really great tool to have to use throughout the day. So let's get started by finding that comfy seat. We'll take a moment to close the eyes. And then as you're closing the eyes here, just taking a few deep full breaths in and out. And then just simply feel your body sitting wherever you may be. Maybe feel that your legs are pressing against the ground. If you can feel the edges of your feet connecting to the surface that you're sitting on. And then also feel the sitting bones grounding into the surface you're sitting on as well. And then just take a moment for breath here. We'll just focus on our nostrils. Gently feel the nostrils flare on the in-breath. And then contract on the out-breath. Maybe notice the air a bit cool as it enters the nose and then a bit warmer as it exits the nose. We'll begin our mindful stretch class with a little release on the neck. Imagine that there was a clock in front of you and you wanted to run your nose through the numbers of the clock. So we'll just work this very nice rotation here. Now, if you know that you suffer from neck tension through the day, maybe remembering the stretch that we're working with. Doing something like this for even 10 seconds, 20 seconds can offer so much relief to the neck, getting the circulation flowing to the area, getting the blood moving to the area. Reverse. Let's bring that in the other direction. And then notice when you're circling here, if it feels natural to flow this way, it might feel a little unnatural to flow this way. Just noticing your body's natural movement pattern. We'll come to stillness here. Let's take our right hand to our left knee. And if you can't reach for the knee, you can grab onto the leg. Let's bring our left arm up and over. We'll bring ourselves into a bit of a side stretch here. And then try to get nice and grounded in that left sitting bone. Lengthen through the side body, through the arm, and through the fingertips. Core engages. Let's bring ourselves back on up. Right hand stays where it is and left hand to the right knee. Now, as you exhale, let's take our chin to our chest. We'll do a bit of a rounding here of our back. And then maybe imagine that you could create a little bit of space in between the shoulder blades. Left hand stays where it is. And let's bring that right arm up and over. We'll try a side stretch on the other side. And then breathing so deeply here. So we have all of these little muscles in between the ribs. We call them intercostal muscles. And a stretch like this is great for giving them a little stretch, allowing them to find a bit of length. Bring yourself back on up to neutral. Let's keep our left hand where it's at, right hand to your left leg. So arms are crossed here. And chin to chest on exhale. Let's do a round here of the back body. Try to relax your head, maybe look towards your navel. Try to let your head hang heavy like a weight. Unwrapping the arms. Let's take a nice deep full breath in here. Hands will reach and stretch to the sky. And then hands at the heart. On exhale, let's take it again. Inhale, reach up. And release. Let's take that one more time here with the breath. Now, as your hands come into the heart, circle in the other direction. We'll take our fingertips up. Arms sweep out and around. And release. Let's let go of that one. That's also a really nice shoulder stretch. So if you feel that your shoulders are a bit tense, that's a nice one to weave into the workday. You can do that just for a couple moments. Also, if you feel like you're rounding forward, maybe on the phone or with the computer, that one's a nice one to open the shoulders. Let's come on forward into a table position. And as you come into table, if you wanted to grab a blanket, you can do that. Maybe you want to do a little padding on your knees there. So we'll take some time to work a little bit with our core. And this one is also nice for a little strength and a little flexibility. Right leg extends behind you to start. And on this one, let's have those toes curled under and take the opportunity to press out through the heel and the back of the knee. It's going to give you a really nice calf stretch and a really nice quad stretch. And then lifting your heel in line with your hip, we're going to have that heel lifted up. Maybe roll your right hip down. Imagine that you could balance a block on your low back. Option to stay here if you wanted to build on it. Maybe make it a little more challenging. Left hand extends out in front. You can feel your arm frame your ear and try to feel that the thumb is facing up towards the sky. Crunches on exhale. Let's bring our knee, our elbow to touch. We'll do a little bit of a round here. And lengthen. Exhale, round. Lengthen. 3 more times here with the breath. Balancing tabletop. Hand down, knee down for table. And let's take a moment here to lower the stomach down. We're going to work with our spine now. And then engage the core, take a neutral spine and gaze off your right shoulder. Look back for your right toes. Back to a neutral spine, chin to chest. Let's do a round here of your back body. Neutral spine, gaze off your left shoulder. And reset. Let's go in the other direction here. So we're going to lower down the stomach. We will lift up through the heart. Neutral spine, gaze off your left shoulder. Look back for those left toes. Neutral spine, chin to chest, round your back. Neutral spine and gaze off through the right side. Great job. We'll come back to our neutral spine here. Left leg extends behind. Let's take that opportunity to pause. Toes are curled under, pressing out through the heel and the back of the knee. And lifting your heel up. So that one gives us that nice calf stretch and nice hamstring stretch. Again, try to feel your low back even. Imagine that you could bring book there on your low back and it would balance. Right hand comes out in front. Arm frames the ear, thumb to the sky. Let's bring our knee, elbow to touch on exhale, round and crunch. Lengthen. Exhale, round. 3 more times here. Great job. Let's bring ourselves back on through to table position. Take a full breath here. Lift into down dog on exhale. So toes will curl under, hips to the sky. And shake it out a little bit here. Maybe bend one knee, bend the other knee. Relax your head, yes. Relax your head, no. Now, this is a really wonderful stretch. And if your hamstrings feel very tight, you may want to bend your knees. That will just give it a little support for your body, make it a little easier. The movement is nice too, because organic movement is always a nice way to warm up the muscles, to reset. And this pose is a wonderful stretch. It's also good for building a little strength and also a nice inversion. Knees are going to come down to the mat. Child's pose on exhale. Knees can be together, hips to your heels on exhale. And also a variation would be to take your big toes to touch and the knees apart, and then you can drop yourself down. And then child's pose is nice because this is also a nice gentle inversion, trying to encourage the head below the heart. And then if your knees are together, that will give you a wonderful back stretch. And then if the big toes are touching and the knees are apart, that'll give you a wonderful leg and hip stretch. Let's engage the core. We're going to float forward back on through to table. Sweep your feet to the right or to the left. We'll come into seated. Sitting in any position that feels comfortable for your body. And a little bit of a circling of the spine here. So just going to gently shift the weight around from side to side. And then as you're circling, maybe feel your body reacting to the movements. As you shift your weight to the right, maybe feel your left sitting bone and left leg lifting up and lifting from the mat slightly. Reverse, let's take that in the other direction. This is a wonderful stretch for your low back, mid back, upper back, and also great for getting into the sides of the body. We're going to bring ourselves back to center, realigning here. Thank you so much for joining today. pleasure to be here with you. I hope that you enjoyed practice. I hope that you're feeling a little more relaxed. Hope the body and mind is feeling more aligned and balanced. Enjoy the rest of your day today. I hope to see you soon. I will be teaching later on this week. Friday, I teach chair yoga. That's 10 o'clock East Coast time. And chair yoga is a half-hour practice, and all of the stretches can be done at your desk. So all you need is a chair. You don't have to be on the ground on the mat or change clothes or anything like that. So it's a wonderful, accessible practice. Take care. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.